Hi, I wanted to relate a really interesting story that one of my brand new clients just told me today. She is so excited. She's just starting her balanced eating program, and she's really committed to getting the health results that she wants. So there she was. She decided to start on a Friday, and she's in the cafeteria at her office, and she's mixing up one of her healthy grab-and-go fuelings, and a coworker walked by and saw her and said, "What are you doing?" And well, why are you doing that? And why are you starting on a Friday? I mean, why wouldn't you start a diet on a Monday? And just started really badgering her. And she was kind of taken aback, like, oh my goodness, why is she like attacking me? And I think it's a great opportunity to just start to explore looking at all of the weight loss saboteurs that we have in our life. You know, very frequently, even we go out for dinner with supposed friends and family, and the minute that you say, no, I don't want the wine, or maybe I don't want, the dessert, and they start, well, why don't you? Well, what do you mean you're on a diet? You don't need to lose weight. Why would you need to lose weight? And they just start all this stuff really trying to sabotage you. And I tried to explain to her that, you know what, this was not about her at all. Here was the situation. This particular woman was fairly overweight, and probably seeing her friend or her coworker starting to diet really triggered that pain body inside. I love that term. Eckhart Tolle kind of calls it the pain body, and it's such a beautiful way it was triggered. Because most likely this woman who's overweight knows she also needs to go on a weight loss program. She knows that she shouldn't be eating a lot of junk in the middle of the day. She knows all this, and yet she's not really ready to do anything about it. But she doesn't want a coworker doing it because it was making her feel guilty. And so the only way that she knew to deal with her own uncomfortable feelings was to lash out at her coworker. And there's this poor lady like taking this in, wondering where it's coming from. So when you're in a situation and you start to see the telltale signs of weight loss saboteurs, a great way to deal with that is to really yourself in your mind step back and really understand that what they're saying has nothing to do with you. Something about you going on and being very disciplined and taking control over your own health is triggering something in them, their own pain body, whether it's guilt or shame or just a feeling that they're not good enough. Who knows? Everybody has their own thing. But it's not about you. So have an empathy, okay? Being very empathetic with them, understanding where they're coming from, can really help you not defend yourself. You have nothing to defend. Now, I'd like to give you one additional tip that a lot of my clients have found to be really helpful. When you're out in a social situation, and people start, asking you, well, what are you doing, and why aren't you having the wine, and all those kinds of things, instead of saying you're on a weight loss diet, here's some great words to use. Instead, you can say, my doctor was very concerned about some of the test results that he got back for me, and he wants me to do this to see if we can get some of those back into balance. Right? Because now what are your friends going to say? Oh no, get sick. We want you to eat whatever and be sick? Of course not. That's just way too over the top. They couldn't do that. Also, if you just make it about test results and you don't say, oh, my blood pressure's too high, or I'm trying to get my blood sugar back in balance, because you know what happens when you do that? All of us women, we have to give our experience and try to have our expertise. Well, my Aunt Mary, she had diabetes, and her doctor told her to do this and add cinnamon and then you start getting this barrage of all these helpful tips that's going to help you just, take control over what you already know. You're doing what you need to do. So I hope that tip helps. Don't let weight loss saboteurs sabotage your best efforts. You are so worth it. Blessings. Have a great holiday weekend.